Raider Nation, welcome back. Today we've got some big news out of Las Vegas. The Raiders may have just pulled off one of the smartest moves of the offseason. Let's break it all down. First up, the Raiders made a major front office addition, and some are calling it outright highway robbery from the Philadelphia Eagles. The Silver and Black have hired Anthony Patch as their new senior personnel executive. If you're not familiar with Patch, here's why this is a huge deal. He was the Eagles' senior director of college scouting and widely seen as one of general manager Howie Roseman's most trusted right-hand men. Now, Howie Roseman has long been regarded as one of the top GMs in the NFL, especially when it comes to building a championship roster. So, when the Raiders managed to bring in someone who played a key role behind the scenes in Philadelphia's success, it sent shockwaves through the league. Reports out of Philadelphia, including from Philly Voice, highlight Patch's importance. While Roseman usually gets the headlines, insiders know that the Eagles' incredible draft track record over the years has also been shaped by people like Patch. In fact, Patch had been a fixture in the Eagles' war room during the draft, often seen right alongside Roseman and team owner Jeffrey Lurie. This move is part of a bigger pattern for the Raiders this offseason. They've been smartly plucking talented people from winning organizations to help rebuild and reshape the team's future. And while some fans were disappointed the Raiders didn't land a big-name coaching candidate like Ben Johnson, the front office they've assembled deserves a lot more credit. Moves like hiring Anthony Patch show the Raiders are serious about building a strong foundation for years to come. And that's just the start. We'll also cover some intriguing Raiders rumors today, including updates on running back Raheem Mostert and a rising name in Amari Gainer. Stay tuned. Let's keep it rolling, Raider Nation. Bringing in Anthony Patch is a massive win for the Raiders. This is a guy who played a key role in helping the Eagles reach 2 Super Bowls. But here's what really stands out about this front office. They understand the power of relationships. Patch worked alongside Raiders assistant general manager John Spytek from 2005 to 2009 when they were both with the Eagles. That connection clearly played a role in bringing him to Las Vegas. Patch spent an incredible 24 years with the Eagles, becoming one of Howie Roseman's most trusted voices. That kind of experience doesn't just walk into the building every day, and it's another sign that the Raiders are operating like a well-run franchise this offseason. While other teams are playing checkers, the Raiders look like they're playing chess, and moves like this have fans dreaming of one day saying checkmate with a Super Bowl win. Now, shifting gears to another topic making the rounds, let's talk about Raheem Mostert. Recently, an article from Pro Football Network suggested that Mostert could be a candidate to be cut after the 2025 NFL Draft, pointing to the Raiders drafting Ashton Jeanty with the 6th overall pick. But let's be real here. The idea of cutting Raheem Mostert just doesn't make sense. Sure, Jeanty is an exciting young player, but that doesn't mean the Raiders are ready to move on from a veteran like Mostert. The speculation feels like a stretch, and Raiders fans can see right through it. These kinds of rumors tend to pop up online, especially during the offseason, and they often get people talking. But the bottom line is this. Cutting Mostert would be a head-scratcher, even with Jeanty now on the roster. The Raiders know the value of veteran leadership, especially in a young backfield. So, while you might see headlines floating around about Mostert being expendable, don't buy into the noise. It's just another example of off-season chatter that doesn't hold up under closer scrutiny. Let's break down the rest of the Raiders' backfield situation. Right now, the depth chart includes Zamir White and Sincere McCormick, who flashed some promise late in the 2024 season. The Raiders also signed Raheem Mostert to a 1-year deal in free agency, before they had any idea they'd land Ashton Jeanty in the draft. Even though running back was a need heading into the offseason, adding Jeanty changes the dynamic. Some have speculated that Mostert, at age 33, could be the odd man out. He hasn't played much on special teams, logging just 112 special teams snaps over the last 5 years. Meanwhile, McCormick has shown enough upside that the coaching staff may want to keep him involved in the offense. With Jeanty now expected to carry a heavy workload, the touches for players behind him could be limited. There's even been chatter that Mostert could be moved to a team looking for a veteran backup. But here's why that's unlikely. Mostert brings something unique to this backfield. Veteran experience, home run speed, and a trusted connection to head coach Chip Kelly. Kelly originally signed Mostert as an undrafted free agent with the Eagles in 2015, and when Kelly later coached the 49ers, he brought Mostert in again. That kind of trust matters. As for McCormick, While there's plenty of excitement around his potential, he's unfortunately ended each of the last two seasons on injured reserve. Janti may be the lead back of the future, but having someone like Mostert, who racked up 18, or possibly 21, total touchdowns just last season, adds stability to the rotation. Even if his touches are limited to 80 to 90 carries this year, his speed and playmaking ability give the offense an extra dimension. And let's be honest, between Mostert, McCormick, and White, if you're making tough roster decisions, keeping Mostert in the mix is a no-brainer. Now, let's jump to the final story of the day. Amari Gainer. Yes, Amari Gainer is already turning heads. Coaches, teammates, and key decision-makers inside the building have all been impressed by what they've seen so far. Gainer has been working hard, and his effort hasn't gone unnoticed. For those who've followed the team closely, the Gainer hype train has been building for a while, and it's gaining speed fast. Let's talk more about Amari Gainer and why the buzz around him has been building. One thing that stood out is Gainer's competitiveness. Whether it's on defense or special teams, he brings a high motor every day. And that's something Pete Carroll and John Spytek truly value. Over the past few weeks, the hype around Gainer has only grown, especially as rookie minicamp approaches. And when you start hearing this kind of momentum in the offseason, it often signals a breakout coming once the games begin. Antonio Pierce, even though he's no longer the Raiders' head coach, offered a great insight into what makes Gainer stand out. After last year's preseason finale, Pierce said one of the best things for Gainer's development was playing over 90 snaps in that game, more than 70 on defense and another 15 on special teams. What stood out wasn't just his workload, but the heart and effort he showed on every play. That's exactly the type of player this coaching staff wants. Someone who plays hard, improves steadily, and makes the most of every opportunity. Last preseason, Gainer's performance backed that up. His defensive stats were strong, and even though his 3 special teams tackles aren't always highlighted, they matter. He posted a 78.5 coverage grade, showing his growth as a reliable contributor in pass defense. And when you look at the Raiders' linebacker room, there's a clear need for someone with coverage ability. Devin White and Allen Roberts are set to start, and both are aggressive, downhill players. Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg, and Cody Lindenberg are talented middle linebackers. But coverage isn't their strength. Right now, Gainer may be the best pure coverage linebacker on the roster, especially when it comes to matching up against running backs, tight ends, or handling intermediate routes. So here's a key question. Out of these 4 linebackers, White, Roberts, Burney, and Gainer, who do you think gives the Raiders the best coverage upside? Looking ahead to the 2025 season, the Raiders may often line up in one linebacker sets, a trend that's gaining momentum behind the scenes. But among the young linebackers on the roster, who's poised to make the biggest impact this year? Let's break it down between 4 players. Amari Gainer, Cody Lindenberg, 7th-round rookie from Minnesota, Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg. If I had to rank them today based on potential impact, here's how I'd stack the group. Amari Gainer, Cody Lindenberg, Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg. That said, the gap between them isn't wide. It's really more like 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Each of these linebackers brings something to the table and will likely contribute in specific roles. The key question, though, is whether Gainer can emerge as the best coverage linebacker among them. Right now, it looks like he might hold that edge, and that's an area where the Raiders have been lacking. If Gainer can lock down that role, it could make him the most impactful player from this group in 2025. Overall, Gainer's offseason work has been impressive, and there's a lot of optimism inside the building that he's ready to step up. For the Raiders, that's exactly the kind of progress they need from a young player heading into a critical year.